Guys, we have two special guests on with us today. Our lovely, beloved hubbies, Jake and David.
We had to pay them to be here today, guys.
Yeah.
This is true. Right.
Yeah.
We're easily bribed with coffee and bagels.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we had to do. Not too bad. But
Yeah.
we are so pumped. You guys are officially our first male guests on the pod.
Woo!
Yes. And I think it would be fun to just dive into a bit of our relationship experience and just fun questions.
We're about to embrace the shitty and the pretty, as Shira says.
I like it.
So essentially we have, as you guys have seen us play, the We're Not Really Strangers game deck, which asks a bunch of kind of icebreaker type questions. And so let's just go for it. All
You
right.
go first.
All right, Jake, I want to know this,
Oh, boy.
actually.
Here we go.
What do you think I'd like to do more often with you?
What? Just question mark. There's no second part to that.
No.
There's not either or.
No. What do you think I'd like to do more?
Okay. I think weekend mornings. Because
Yes.
I admittedly am a little bit ADD.
You like jet off to your office
I'm an
at
early
6
bird.
a.m.
I'm an early bird, so I feel like my brain's wired. Even during the week, I'm like up and at 'em, and I'm out there and I zip off super
Right.
early.
Right.
But I feel like on the weekend mornings, I also zip off.
Yeah.
And I've heard
Just
you
want
say,
some wholesome time. I
That's
mean, I
right.
wake up and I'm like, where are you?
yes, I've heard that. I've heard that feedback before,
Yeah.
which is, where are you? You're never around. So I think I could do a better job.
No, it's
with
not
the
that you're like,
weekend this
listen,
morning.
during the week, I don't care.
Yes.
You do what you gotta do. But on the weekend, why not?
I feel like I have too much stimulus in the brain.
Right.
And it doesn't turn off on the weekends. So like,
Me too, brother.
it could be Saturday morning, I wake up and I'm just like wired. And then you're just sleeping beauty over there all snuggled up and I'm just like ready for action.
But you won't bother her in the morning?
No, I just zip off.
Honestly, some mornings I wake up because he is not the most sensitive to the noise
The noises, for
situation.
sure.
He'll like open the bathroom door and turn on the lights. Like it's
That's the way you put it out. Like,
Sound familiar?
I try.
this is like more of an intervention, I think,
Yeah.
than anything. Okay.
No,
that was-
David
that was
could
good.
never. David could never just like beep, 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 go off
Oh,
and do
it's
his
like-
own thing.
Just-
He's up, everyone else
The
is
thing is,
up.
I try, and then in my head, I'm quiet. But
Right.
realistically, I'm not.
It's good that you're trying.
You know?
A for effort.
Yeah, I think I leave the lights on in the bathroom sometimes.
Yeah.
And I go off to make
Yeah.
coffee and like the lights are on and I'll just hear like,
I'm like, Jake, turn off the. It's like 5 a.m. Please.
yes, exactly. Very, very toxic early Saturday morning.
Listen, at least you know that I'd love, because I love you. I want to spend more time with you on the weekends.
Got it.
All right.
Got
You
it.
saw it here first. You heard it here first.
What about you? You tell me now. What you have to tell me the answer. What was the first thing that came to your head?
Is that allowed?
Yeah, I just flipped the table right. See, we're gonna use this as a learning experience also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think, like on a silly note, like you want me to play golf with you
Yes. I would.
and go on the golf course.
Quickest way to my heart over here.
I'm not going to say anything else.
She's just going to keep it at that.
That's it.
There you go.
He wants to teach you how to swing, you know? He just gave me
Yeah.
a lesson in the back room.
He's
gave me
pretty
a nice bear
good.
hug.
He's very invested in
Quite
like your
romantic.
success,
That's
so
right.
I could see that. All right,
That's right.
we'll go out.
Yeah.
And all right,
Give me a shot. Give me a shot, huh?
give me a shot, hon. All right.
I just know David, he's not going to want to answer this one. He's going to want me to answer it. So I'm going to do this one.
Great. You can answer it.
No, I've changed it.
Okay.
David, I'm interested. What's something I'm too hard on myself about? I feel like I know your answer.
I feel like, and we had this conversation recently, comparing yourself to others.
Wow.
And that's a big bump right there.
We just talked about this
Yeah.
in our last
I remember.
episode. Very prevalent.
I feel like with all our technology, Instagram, just it's easy to compare.
Yeah.
Your business, how you look according to other people, style, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, I just say, just be yourself.
Exactly.
That's what I love you for.
Aww.
Look at you guys matching over here.
Yeah, they
too.
matched today. I think we need to have a little shout out for that.
We love
effort.
to match. David and I secretly, any
so
chance we could
cute.
get, we love to match.
That's cute.
That is really cute. Jake and I don't. We're coordinated, I'd say.
Yeah, you
You
guys are
don't
pretty
wanna-
coordinated.
You
It
don't
looks
wanna
like we have
wear
the
my
same
outfits
color
over
scheme
here.
going for us.
Listen, I put on my nice shirt today.
I love that for you.
This is
I love your nice shirt.
Are you a hat girl? You guys can have something?
I am. I am a
Okay.
hat girl on the
get a
weekends.
nice bucket hat.
A bucket hat.
You have a nice bucket hat.
I've never seen you in a bucket hat.
That's my walking
I
bucket
love
hat.
that.
When I walk with my weights, I'm a 6-year-old woman.
That's right.
I wear my bucket hat.
That's right.
All right, that was good.
That's cute.
That was
That was
cute.
really
Comparison's the thief of joy.
It is. But listen, I'm a twin. It's been built into my blood since I was created to
That
always
is
compare myself because I have literally physically someone next to me at all times. But I'm working on it, guys.
At least
I'm working
your
on it.
twin's a boy.
Yes.
Right.
If I had a girl twin, God help my mother. That's what I would say.
Jake,
That's me.
Mr. Gordon.
I'm up.
Lucky, this is not for you. What intimidated you most about me early on, if anything? I don't think you get intimidated, do you?
I like that question.
Well, I think you've always been unapologetic about what you think, what you feel. You have very high standards with what you deserve, and that's an incredibly positive quality because I think I knew out the gate that you weren't going to be messed around with.
No.
No games over here. I think I even told you we met first day of freshman year, and I very clearly remember thinking all right, this is not a girl to mess around with, play games with, no funny business, which is I think I had just turned 18.
Oh my God.
So this
Youngin.
was
We were
the-
both so young.
It was actually 10 years ago.
Crazy. 10 years ago.
Whoa.
literally.
Yeah.
Double
Wow.
digits.
So we met
Yeah.
10 years ago, and day one, I was like, okay, don't mess with your wife. Because she's not like other girls. I was like, this girl's special. And I wouldn't say it was an intimidation, but it was very clear, that you didn't want to be messed with and you weren't going to be. And I love that about you.
Oh, thanks. You make me out to be very scary.
No, he was drawn to you,
I
clearly.
think it was amazing. It was really honestly attractive that, you have such a strong personality and that it made me want to fight hard to make it happen.
Thank you. And you're one of a kind, so I'm very, very lucky.
Thanks, babe.
Love you. All right, cute. Your turn.
Don't I ask you a question?
No, this is.
You're when do we ask you guys?
I mean, after this round, we can give them
okay,
the deck.
fine.
I think it'd be funny.
If I feel up for it, yes, I'll think about it.
That's right. Careful what you wish for.
Here.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have a
careful
couple
inviting
questions?
the boys onto your podcast,
I know, this is turning into...
I like
reverse the
it.
tables over here.
Listen, I'm into it. Okay, David. David. Doobie. I never call you David.
Doobie David.
What?
Only when you're in trouble.
Yeah.
What could other couples learn from us?
We never have any really serious fights. I think we're great in communication. There's that cheesy saying you never go to bed angry, right? I think we're good with our communication. That's the biggest thing to take away. But really just like everyone else, we're figuring out life. We're going through our bumpers,
That was good.
I tried.
Yeah.
That was nice.
You guys are getting A pluses.
I have my notepad out. She's good at communication.
Well, listen, we were thrown into the deep end of life very quickly, David and I. So I think we got through a lot of the toughest conversations in a very short
in
period.
a concentrated,
Yeah. So
time.
I think nothing really scares us or surprises us anymore because I think we know how each other is going to react to certain things, and we know both of our expectations and our standards. So our communication is very clear, spot on. If we get in an argument, it lasts for maybe 5 minutes, and then we're like, okay, what do you want for dinner? Like,
Right.
I mean,
kinda
like,
just
we
move
don't
on.
beat around the bush and like hide stuff. Like if we have something to say or something bothers us, just say it.
Yeah.
There's no reason to hold it.
yeah.
So I think we're pretty good with that.
I think that's really important to say because a lot of people do hold it inside and they let it linger, and then there's resentment, and like I think that's good advice for many couples,
Yeah.
right?
What's the point? Like, what's the point of holding it in? It's just going to explode
Blow up
later.
for sure.
So I carry on it
All
in your
that in
gut.
there.
Yeah.
For
You
sure.
don't want to let stuff fester.
Yeah.
Nice, Jake. Good one.
I want to say that word fester.
I've never heard that word before.
Don't let it fester. You heard
Getting
it
an
here.
education.
All right, guys, here.
Oh my.
The power's yours.
All right.
I have to see. I have to prepare. Okay.
No cheating, Shira.
I'm cheating.
This is for she, and then Emma, you can answer this as well.
Oh, okay.
Double whammy.
This is an open-ended question.
Okay.
right? But she gets to start with it. What do you think my perfect date night would be, and describe in detail?
I think your perfect date night would be us around like 4 or 5 p.m. Gonna do afternoon tea thing.
Okay.
We go to the driving range and we hit some balls, babe.
That's already a perfect date night.
He's getting aroused from this plan.
I'm getting very excited.
Careful. You know what you guys are doing later.
We're gonna go to the driving range, right?
Yep.
We're gonna have some beers.
Beers.
We're gonna have some beers, gluten-free beers.
Yep.
Just throw it out.
We'll do the White Claws.
White Claws, perfect.
Those are gluten-free.
Yeah, those are gluten-free. So we're gonna do that, and then we go to we're gonna go to the Dodgers game.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, and we're gonna get
This already sounds like the greatest day ever.
We're gonna go get Dodger dogs,
Yes.
like all for you.
So many dog
Yeah.
dogs.
So many, and then
Beer at the
after
game?
that, at the game.
At the game.
Dodger dogs are so good. I wouldn't know, but I've been told. and then I think after that we're gonna go to I love Backery.
Yes.
Is that how you call it?
That's
I
that's
thought it
the
was
pronoun.
Bakari.
We thought
I know.
Bakari.
That's what we
Backery.
said, and then the waiter was like, "It's Backery,"
Yeah.
and they have the pronunciation
Whoa.
on the back of their shirts, like so passive aggressive, like. So it's Backery. We're gonna go there. You're gonna have an old fashioned. I'm gonna have my gin martini.
Yep.
We're gonna like talk about life, business,
Wholesome.
That sounds like.
And then how are
We
you
need to
ending
do
the
that.
night?
and then we're gonna end the night. We're gonna drop Lucky off
Yep.
at the grandparents, and the rest is not for this show.
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect night. Can we go, let's see, can we go to the Dodger game today?
I think
Enough
so.
past
Is there
12.
a game?
It's only 12,
We
so
can go to the driving range shortly. And then
Okay, great. How would
Wow.
you rate that answer?
11 out of 10.
Okay,
Can we do that multiple times a week?
sure.
Aww.
Yes. Okay, Emma, now it's your turn.
Sounds like a very American day.
Yeah, he's
in
very
America.
patriotic. Baseball of America.
David and I love our BBBs. Beach Burrito Bemmy. And now we've officially added our fourth B, baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's I think both of our ultimate date night is get burritos, go to the beach,
Our
spend
first
time.
dates, that's what we did, right?
Yeah.
Really?
First date?
The
No.
first couple of dates, we would go to the beach.
So we would get bikes. Bike to
Cute.
Chipotle, get a burrito, bike to the beach, be at the beach, and then he calls me Bemmy, so Bemmy time. But now we have a bibas.
Yeah,
Nice.
she's not
Lots
too
of
fond of the
bees.
beach yet.
No.
No.
No, not
Really?
the biggest fan, but she will be.
You guys took her like 2 weekends ago, right?
Yeah.
She didn't love it. What happened?
She takes after her mom. When I was a little girl, I
You
hated
were
getting
scared of the
dirty.
water. Oh, dirty.
Really?
So like the
She's like
sand
She's
just like
girl.
this
She's
all
like
the time.
Oh,
Get off of me again.
so
Girl, I love
cute.
Love it.
yeah.
Sounds like their date night is like very like they enjoy the same things.
Yes.
Ours, like we have some things we enjoy, but I feel like we have to like sometimes take turns. Like it's gonna
Yes.
be more of a Jake like kind of date or a Shira kind of date.
Right. Right.
Hey, relationships
Well,
are all about compromise.
I'm kind of like a late eater, and she's more of like an early.
That's
eater.
been like our latest tiff. Is like I don't want to eat dinner past like 7,
I'm a late eater.
and he's like I need to get everything.
How late are we
to
talking
eat.
about?
So I'm usually more of like a 7:45.
8.
Oh, that's not
8
too
dinner
bad.
guy.
I thought you were gonna be like 9.
No,
But I'm like
I just
I'm like
can't
an
go to
8
bed.
8 dinner guy, and
I
she's
can't
like,
do
I want to
that.
be done.
All
by
right,
7.
listen, just do 7:15, call it a day.
Yeah.
Compromise, meet in the middle.
7:15. That's still within my like
You see,
activities.
there's no compromise.
I'm still
But
doing
it's fine.
activities.
It's fine. I get it.
Yeah,
It's all good.
we'll work it out, babe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a good question.
4.
What's a super from you?
Oh.
Of course. You can answer too. What's a superpower of mine that perhaps I'm unaware of? And then when you answer, you can answer for Jake.
I
No,
love
you have to
that.
answer for David also. This is gonna be a David podcast over here.
He would enjoy that. David, I think your superpower is that you are crazy life of the party. I think you're very good at bringing the vibes,
Vibes.
and
Yes.
I don't think you really despise being bored.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think you're very good at like lightening up the mood, lightening up the environment, getting people hyped up. I think that's a huge superpower of yours. And you're a people pleaser. You love to make people happy and drunk.
I
I like
love
having fun.
Yeah. Shishi.
For
What's
Jakey,
Jake's?
I'd say he's a serial positive person. And no matter who he meets, they are just left inspired, hooked, and completely just wanting more.
It's like a drug.
Yeah. And I like remember having that same experience when we first met. I was like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? He's an alien.
Yep.
And yeah, so I think that, and then your grit, like you're very resilient. You kind of, something happens, you jump right back up. You don't take time to like sulk, which
Wow.
I guess I just like getting people drunk, you know?
We should
He
do
inspires-
podcasts all the time.
He inspires people and you get people fucked up.
I think both of them are required.
I think the two of you together is like a
We would bring
miracle
the
combination.
ultimate vibes.
The vibes, immaculate
people would be
vibes.
so drunk and motivated, they'd be ready to just
Drunk, motivated, inspired, just like
I love
That's
it.
right. That's right. I love it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
love you.
Love it.
Do you guys
All
want to
right.
do one more? Or should we spitfire our men tell all?
Let's do the men tell all. I'm
Okay.
excited about this.
Okay. So these are some questions that I feel, or that we feel, that Emma honestly curated, that I think a lot of women would like to hear from men.
Yeah.
Single
Women
women.
women in relationships or
Single or not, I think it's fun to kind of get a window into a guy's brain, because sometimes we just don't know what's going
It's
on in there,
mostly Clapping
honestly.
monkeys and golf memes.
That's what he says.
And
It's
Dr.
like,
Dogs.
what's that? Yeah, Dr. Dogs. What's that meme when like the girl is like in bed, like awake, and the guy's like dead asleep, and she's like, what is he thinking? Like, is he mad at me? And
Oh, he's probably thinking about
and
other
what is
women.
like the bubble that's like in his head?
It's probably like, I played so shitty today.
Yeah, golf. I
can't
played
do
search.
that. That's honestly probably it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's take a inside scoop or an inside look into your brains.
Yes.
What is the first thing each of you notice about a woman? I feel like it depends on the woman, but like,
yeah. But
Okay.
also don't take these as trick questions like we're asking you about
No,
us. Like
seriously.
this is overarching men about women.
Yeah.
But it's our personal opinion?
Yes.
Okay. Or like, what does a guy first see?
I think you could, if you have like, if there's like a generalization that you feel like you can say about most guys, go for it. But yeah, coming from you, like, what do you feel like most men and you notice about a woman? First impression, right? Okay.
I'd say it's a combination of obviously how you're presenting yourself, but also your like energy. Like I'm a big, I think back to this David vibes guy over here. Like a couple things on that. Number one, how you're presenting yourself, what you're wearing. I guess it depends on the situation.
Okay.
But that's definitely something noticeable.
All right.
And then the second I'd say is the energy. Like I'm big, as she said, in like positivity. I want, if somebody is like sulking and they're woe is me or they're like kind of nasty, like immediately I pick up on that. If somebody's even like little things, like if they're talking shit to the waiter or they're complaining, like I hate that. I hate complaining. I hate people who are just negative. And I think so for me, most people, I instantly pick up on that. So that's definitely for me when I'm, in any situation.
You feel like most guys feel this. I mean, that's a very generalized question, but like from your experience, a lot of your friends.
Yeah. I think most guys instantly pick up on the energy that the lady is projecting.
Okay.
And that.
What about confidence?
Well, I think that's part of it. Like,
okay.
I think men really like high energy, confident, positive people. That'd be my That'd be my assessment.
Okay,
what do you
cool.
Think,
For me, I don't know.
I thought one of you guys was gonna be like tits or ass.
What do you think?
Tits, ass.
Or like smile.
That's
appearance
smile.
first, right? So I think smile is huge. Like I love a nice big smile, obviously.
Look at those teeps.
But
Those teeth.
kind of to backpack what Jake was saying, I think as we're getting older, we're starting families, we have and we know our group of friends, like who we're very close to.
Right.
So when you're bringing in somebody else into your life, and this isn't just like you're going for a girl, but even anyone, you really want to have them be positive, but at the same time be someone that's fun to be around.
Love that.
Love it. Good one. All right.
I'm gonna
Did you think
piggyback that.
otherwise?
Bring the vibes.
Did you think they'd say anything else?
I thought
Like
they were.
tits, ass?
Yeah, I thought they were gonna be like nice rock or like nice ass.
They're like deep men.
Yeah.
You know?
I knew David would.
We are.
No, I knew you were gonna say something
Not
like
an animal,
that.
okay?
No, I knew you were gonna say something like that because I'll never forget the moment you asked me to be your girlfriend. I asked you like what made you want to ask me to be your girlfriend, and you said I saw you laughing and getting along with all my friends. Mm-hmm. And I think that was a huge turning point in our relationship where you were like, I could leave the room and I know that she's fine and my friends are not uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's actually super true. I'd say laughing,
I love that.
laughing in general is like
contagious.
the sweetest sound. Honestly, like the sweetest sound is like people laughing, having a good time. And I think guys pick up on that.
Yeah.
It's also like how when we didn't have a romantic relationship to start with, like we were like friends for the first month. And I would always bring you on dates with all my friends too. That's how we started, I just really liked your vibe. You matched well with my friends. You were funny. You brought good intentions. So I think that's really important for a person. It's not all about lips and filler and boobs and butts, So.
Coming from a dermatologist himself.
Wow.
It's bad for business.
It's bad for business. Cut that out.
Okay, but now to piggyback that,
Okay.
what's the biggest turn off on a first date?
Like nice romantic dinner. What's a turn off at dinner?
A big turnoff on a first date, and it's really important, is mannerisms. Like when you're meeting someone for the first time and you really you have first impression is crazy. Like if you're being rude to the waiter or like you just do things that normally you shouldn't do in public. Same thing with even meeting a friend. Like you're bringing in a new person to your life, and when you go out, that's going to be who you're with. You know, a representation of you too. But mannerism is really big. Saying thank you, saying please. Like a lot of people don't do that, and it's really rude. But you know, you're with another person and you're in public, so you want to be represented nicely too.
Right. I love that. United, polite front.
Yeah, I'll add another one, which is like, are you talking about little things or big things in the conversation?
I love.
Like little things, are you talking about stuff or are you talking about ideas? Because conversations that are very surface level
But some girls might be really nervous.
That's true. No doubt about it. I think you can be, it's just what is the substance of the conversation? And if you're going deep and you're talking about, you know, who you are, what you believe in, what you're all about, to me, that gets me very excited versus, you know, surface level stuff, which is not that interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good to know.
Good point.
Okay.
I'll also caveat that I don't think I've been on a first date.
No.
I'm going to say I've been out of the game.
That is a good disclaimer, just to say that we've really been out of. I don't think we've ever had a dating app.
My overall number of first dates may be under one.
What are you talking about? You had.
I mean,
girlfriends.
First dates. Like how people date today, you know, meeting up.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
He has a point. He has a very good point.
Yeah. No, it has been a minute for both of us, but it's good.
Yeah.
Okay. What scares men the most about commitment?
I think it's the fear of sacrificing your personal life.
Huh.
So I think a lot of men have their friends, they have their hobbies, they have dumb shit that we do, like, you know, just we're very simple creatures. And
Are you?
I think guys.
I think they're very simple. Yes.
You know, I think guys are probably scared of losing their friends, and you know, because there's a lot of you know, I don't know about jokes, but like in movies and in shows, like you always see the guy who gets the girlfriend and then he's never to be seen again, right? And I think guys probably are scared of sacrificing their personal
Is it also like being judged by your friends? Like, I feel like guys care so much what their friends think about them in relationships. Like
saying, oh, you're whipped now.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff. Like, is there a component of like, how am I perceived by the guys in my life?
Maybe. I don't
That's
know.
like a part B to the question. But the question is, what scares men the most about commitment?
I have so many answers to this question, but I'm not a man, so.
Are you a guy?
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm just trying to think of personal experience, but for me, it's like you go all in or you don't. And when you're dating someone for like the first month or 2 months and you don't make anything official, and then you come to a point where like the girls ask or are waiting for you to ask to be in like a relationship. So I think what a lot of times men don't want to just close themselves off, or if the fear of committing to the relationship,
you fear the unknown.
It's out of your control.
Yeah, exactly.
But if a guy loves you and sees himself with you, are they then scared of commitment?
Yeah, I think some guys are.
Even if they see that you're like, I'm a firm believer that if a guy loves you and sees a future with you, he's not as scared to commit.
Yeah.
I think someone's going to be more scared to commit to someone that they're questionable about, or like, let's see how this goes, right?
sure, yeah.
You know?
I'd say also the fear though is usually upfront. So you might not know that you love that person.
Right.
Right.
Right. So upfront, they're scared.
I think that's where the fear usually is. It's like making the commitment to go for it
Right.
versus to like retreat. I think you don't know if you're in love with this person. You're just like, all right, should I go for it?
Right.
And I think going for it may indicate that you have to sacrifice things like time with your friends, time with your hobbies. And I think men just get paralysis on their risk reward.
It's so funny.
You know, like the trade-off there.
Would you say that's the same with girls or no?
No. Well, I also think for guys, a lot of men, again, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys think that life kind of works in a certain way, or you guys have certain goals that you set for yourself in terms of your career or where you live or stuff like that. So making a commitment with a girl might lead to that next commitment a little bit more sooner than you might have hoped for or wanted. So I think that's also a big fear for men and to commit to girls, because it's like, well, I don't know if I like want to marry this person, or I don't know if I want to move in with this person. Like whatever stage you are at in life, I think you guys tend to think the next step further past commitment when it comes to that.
They think like end game. They think like the most committed of
because it closes
like
them
what you
off.
said.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, but then I won't be able to hook up with another girl, or like, oh, but like, what if I see another person? Or like, there's other questions that pop up. That's my 2 cents. Okay. Moving on. How do you feel about splitting the bill on a date?
First date?
For what date?
How many?
Ever?
Have you ever split it though? Well, you've only been on one first date.
Yeah.
I think you got to pay as a man. It's like you have to.
That's it.
I think at least the first few months, the dude's got to pay for stuff.
No matter what age
Yeah.
and what.
I'd say if you're
Time for
firmly
life.
in a relationship and you guys are like super a couple and together and united, the guy doesn't have to pay for everything. I'm not that old fashioned, but especially in like the courting phase, I would say, when you're like trying to win this person over.
But you should always court a lady.
I know, and I would say you still pay for everything.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what if you're just starting the relationship? Like every time you take someone out to dinner, to lunch. I heard like another thing was if the girl invites the guy to dinner, like you're inviting someone to go to
I
dinner,
agree with
should
that.
you pay for the bill?
I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah, I think
It
be
totally
a gentleman.
depends.
I just feel like it's a big.
I think there's a way to be a gentleman that's not necessarily paying for a dinner. If you don't pay for every dinner, I don't think that's like negative points. I just think be a gentleman, open the door, like treat a woman with respect.
The dude's got to make that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
can I
at
say
least-
something?
Yeah.
As a guy, I'm not a guy, but for the guys listening, if you can't afford to take a girl out to a nice dinner, just don't take her to a nice dinner. Take her and be confident in picking up fast food.
Right.
The girl just wants to be treated. So if that means
I agree.
you're taking
That's
her out on a
beautiful.
date, go through a drive-through and split a McFlurry. If that's what you can afford, the girl is going to be into you. But if you are stingy about, oh, I don't know if we can get this or can we split or whatever, just don't take her there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like women just want to be treated, and we want to be put on a
gentlemen.
pedestal,
Yeah.
and we want a gentleman. So just take us out to what you can afford.
And it doesn't end after the first date or the first year or whatever it should be.
Yes.
Ongoing,
Absolutely.
which you do. I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying you do.
That's right.
Okay, guys.
Hey.
What's a deal breaker? What's a deal breaker in the bedroom?
This is an interesting question over here.
Honestly, I'd say passion. Like,
Passion?
if you're
Like
not
no
for-
passion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's
if you're
I didn't
just
think
like,
about that. No passion. You're just like,
you know, if you're just kind of dead fish over here, if you're just kind of flop
Like
around.
not into it.
Yeah, you know, if you're just,
That was a really appropriate way of saying that. passion.
Yeah, like if you have a lack of, if you're not really giving it your all, and you just kind of lay down, I'll tell you what, that is
Like, all right, I'm ready.
If you're just laying there, it's like, all right, is she enjoying this? It's
It's a 2-person thing, you know?
Right. For sure.
I think absolutely. If there's a lack of the
Passion,
intention,
intention,
Yeah.
intensity.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah, exactly. Back to the vibes. I think that's
Back to the vibes.
I think that's
Take it away,
If
David.
you don't have the vibes
I'd say
in
if
the
you're not
bedroom.
bringing the vibes to the bedroom, then it's a huge red flag. You know, I think it has to be two-sided. Like, it has to be two-sided.
Do you feel like most guys that you know are expecting to go there on the first date or second date? Like, or if a girl like
That's a good question.
puts out, is that like a red flag? I mean, this is like, I hate this question itself, but I feel like a lot of people are curious. Like, how do you perceive a girl who
Has sex the first date?
has sex the first date?
Yeah. I mean, like, you should enjoy your life.
Totally.
If you have a great night with somebody, you really vibe with them, you have a great time, and you end up going home with them, that's that. Really depends on age and what your intentions are really
Right.
at that point with the relationship.
Yeah, agree. Like, I think if you're just having fun, whatever. But if it's your soul partner, I do think guys are gonna go for it, no
Right.
matter what. But they'll probably judge a little bit.
I mean, so kind of to backtrack to we met at 18, 19, so very long time ago. You didn't want to kiss me.
Mm-hmm.
So elaborate.
Yeah.
Because
Hot seat.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'd say, it was literally 10 years ago. First night of college.
yeah,
Showed
We
up
met.
on campus. Night 1. We walked around for 3 hours. We had the most, like, amazing time together, conversation, getting to know each other, our families, our values, like our experiences, and it was so deep that I knew I was not ready to, like, all right, let's put a ring on it night 1. And so
but
I
kiss is putting
yeah,
a ring on
no,
it.
honestly, because back to what you were saying before,
Commitment.
yeah, back to the initial thing. I didn't want to play games with you. And so I knew that if I was going to kiss you, then it was going to be a level of commitment that I wasn't just going to like kiss and run.
Yeah.
So I was like really trying to build a brick wall. Like, all right, you know, I'm not going to engage here until I'm ready to commit. And that was, I think, you know, I was 18.
It's
but
like we had the best night ever.
Pussy.
And then, yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
No, I get you. And I
I was like, all right, I'm just going to
No,
go.
but it was like we were so like into each other, and then it just flipped. And he was like, I gotta go. And I was like, did I do something?
Too.
3.
3?
3.
Well, we were friends in the beginning.
You took
remember?
me on dates only with your friends. I was
Yeah.
dating your friends. I wasn't dating you.
Vibes.
Vibes?
Vibes.
You're being evaluated.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you both are in the same position as
Yeah.
like you. I mean, I don't want to toot our own horns, but you saw a level of a future, or you know, this is who I want to be with very early on after meeting us. That you were just kind of trying to push it as
100%.
long as possible.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't serious, I would have gone for it immediately. But you have like an intuition and an instinct that's like, hey, don't mess this up.
Right.
So if you have like the don't mess it up instinct, you're not gonna. You can, at least for me, I could suppress the like animal man in me. I'm like, you know, obviously you have a beautiful girl, a great night. It's like you want to pursue that, but I think I had an intuition which was, hey, there's something more here. This is someone that I could see myself with. Don't blow it.
So it's interesting. So
yeah, I was like, I need to remove myself from the situation because.
it's like your heart started speaking versus your penis.
Which head are you thinking with, pretty much?
So like most of the time, if you go out, you know, you go out to a bar and you hook up with a girl, and you don't think with your
Right.
heart, you think with your dick, right?
What you're thinking with the big head.
So all of a sudden, you meet someone and you're like, wow, my heart speaks.
Right.
I see.
See, you're learning things.
I'm learning things. I hope you guys are too. And listen, we all have our opinions. So if you don't agree, I don't blame you. Poo poo.
Okay. I have a good topic,
Okay.
which is, I think what type of things should girls look for in guys? And I would go back to this idea of like their friends. I think girls can learn a lot about a guy based on who they're hanging out with and the caliber of those people.
Yeah.
I agree.
So if a guy has shitty friends, you should run for the hills as a girl.
I like this theme of when should a girl run for the hills? That's like a segment. Should we put it in like writing? When should we run for the hills? Okay, so give us 5 scenarios where girls should run for the hills that is super common that we see like a lot
I think
of the time.
if a guy has a really close friend who's an objective douchebag, just like if your man prospect is hanging out with guys who suck, huge red flag, clearly is an indictment of their ability to like,
Yeah.
identify character.
Yeah.
And they probably like things about that person. So, if their friends suck, they suck, you should run.
Good one.
That's my first thing. What about you?
Maybe if like a guy's not really motivated,
Yes.
the girl
Huge.
meets a guy that doesn't really have plans with their career, then what makes you think they're going to invest all their efforts into you as well? So I think it's a red flag when you meet someone that's not really ambitious or have goals that they want to meet to.
Love
That's
that.
a good one.
What about liars? Like small fibs, like turn into big fibs. And if a guy says something and you find out he's lying, even if it's little, is that a red flag?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you see any pattern of like
Inconsistency and like lying or excuses.
I'd say if they're a bullshitter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If you catch them in like bullshitting, like we're watching Breaking Bad. Right
Yeah. And Walt is just like the biggest bullshitter ever.
Exactly.
His wife. So that's like,
Yeah, and it's interesting because like in that example, for anyone who's watched Breaking Bad, like the lies compound, right?
right.
And they're very like justifiable out the gate. Like lie 1 is he has cancer and he doesn't want to tell his family. Well, okay, maybe that's understandable. But to your point,
It's like lie.
how
after lie.
comfortable he was doing that. If you catch someone lying bold face really comfortably, that's a huge red flag.
Right.
I guess it depends on what it is. Like if it's just a fact, if you're lying about a fact, you're probably a liar.
Yeah.
If you have like reality distortion,
Right. Where you're like, I'm 6'5" and you're like 5'6".
yeah, it's
I
like,
hate
okay.
those guys. There's like, I talk to a lot of girls on dating apps that like have a, I think Hannah, when she comes on, I have to ask her about it. Jake's sister, she has like a theory that if a guy, and I'm going to botch this, so she's going to have to correct me. If a guy says 6 foot, he's 5'8". If he says 6'2", he's like,
Right.
so is that a red
Real-
flag or is that okay? Like,
I think that's okay.
I think that's okay.
I
think that's
give my
okay.
short
give him
kids-
a break.
Give them some
Yeah.
love, man. They're out here putting it on the line.
What about men who are I love you bombers, like hype a girl up so much, like I love you, you're so pretty, you're so sexy, like
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like not all the time is it
Like from the
honest.
start, maybe? That
Yeah. I feel like they're trying to get something out of the girl.
Want us to
Maybe
give you both
yeah.
worlds? Be like, baby, you kind of look ugly today.
Can you imagine? I'd pile on, which is like jealousy. Like, if a guy is acting jealous in any way ever, run for the fucking hills.
Yeah.
Like, literally pack your shit and go.
Yeah.
If a guy's jealous,
Yeah.
Like,
about what?
if like
I
a
think,
guy is
like,
like
it comes down
feels
to, like, the
threatened
control.
by
The
like
controlling factor.
Yeah.
Like if a dude isn't cool with you, like, just in general, living your life, I
Right.
think it's
like you want a guy who's
projecting-
confident and
Yeah, it's projecting
isn't
insecurity.
right.
I think in my mind, like, I think
Yeah.
jealousy on the girl side, like, okay, back to a guy,
Oh yeah, that's a good
guys'
one.
perception of girls. If a girl's acting jealous, like, why are you talking to her? To me, it's okay. Maybe I'm totally just firing from the hip right now. I'm gonna.
It's so funny. Like
Get in
seeing
trouble.
you talk about this shit is
I know
probably
it is.
the funniest thing. Look how passionate he is about this. If anyone wants advice
Hit
from
me
Jake,
up.
hit him up.
For unsolicited hot takes.
But that gives me a good point. It's like I brought it up to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember when, but like men can't multitask in
Yeah.
those ways of life. Like
In
they,
most things,
when you guys
honestly,
are
no
focused
offense.
on your career, you're focused on your career. And like when you're in work mode, you're not thinking about what's my girlfriend doing? What's my wife doing? Like
Right.
you guys are in that mode, and then you come home and you're on wife mode. Like, you know, it's not to shit talk or, you know, say something bad.
We're
It's
very
more
simple.
just like you're very simple. You think this, and then you're focused on this, and then
Yes.
you're focused on this. Like,
Men shouldn't use that they're so simple as an excuse to be disrespectful to a woman.
Yeah.
So like to say men are so simple and like we don't think that way. I agree for a lot of things, but if a guy is disrespectful time and time again, like let's not make excuses for someone who's not, just because we think they're simple or don't have the capacity. A guy who loves you, is committed to you, is gonna have the capacity to think, right?
Yeah, say disrespectful ever.
Is not okay. Yeah, but for sure when it comes to like most things, you guys are very like.
Think about that meme with the guy laying there.
Yeah, I do think about that often.
Yeah.
Okay, to wrap it up, you guys ask us some questions or a question, and we either take a shot or we answer it.
Ooh.
And I will get the bottle.
Wait, any question?
are you volunteering me to take a shot now?
I am volunteering both of us to get out of any answers we don't want because we're the hosts. We make the rules. And if we don't want to answer something, we take a shot.
No,
That's not fair.
do you want a shot? He's like, yeah.
All right, well, I'll take a shot. If one of us takes a shot. Okay.
All right, where do you think the best place is for people who are 20 or 30 somethings to meet someone new?
I had this conversation with someone and they said something really insightful. And I think in the day and age of dating apps, I don't know, like, but if you want to put yourself out there, I think going and doing things that you enjoy, activities. If you want to meet a cultured man, someone who's worldly and knows about things, go to the museum.
Go to Erewhon.
Like go to Erewhon. Like so many prospects there, but like go to the museum or like go play pickleball, join a league. I don't know, like go to a social,
Right.
join a social club. Like some of these things feel so unnatural, but I think if you just simplify it, like what do I enjoy to do? I enjoy hiking. Join an outdoors club and like go for a hike and meet someone who's into the same things as you. Like I think a lot of people are driven by the apps, rightfully so. Like everyone's busy in their jobs or in whatever they're doing. And it's like a good way to meet people. But like, why don't we just try to join, I don't know, do something you like. Go meet someone at Erewhon. Like that's probably where I'd go.
Just putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
No one's going to see you if you're nowhere to be found. So if
Right,
you're like
exactly.
locking yourself into your house, how do you expect anyone to meet you? So
Right.
I like whether you put yourself out there on a dating app, like how we met, or
Right.
you go out with your friends to places that they're comfortable and they can introduce you to someone or whatever.
Right.
I think mutual connection is probably the best way to
Right.
find a relationship. But yeah, I think put it like if you're not going to go try something new, at least go and do something that you love.
Right.
And from there it'll stem.
Yeah, you're so like setting yourself up for success if you meet someone in an environment where it's like, I put myself here on purpose because
Right.
I want to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it just will do Good for you. I also thought if you're single and you have a dog, go to the dog park.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
That's
huge.
like-
Or just get a dog. I mean,
Let's get a dog.
that's. I mean,
So this is our second
take
kid.
care of the dog.
That's a huge responsibility.
It's a huge. Do not get a dog if you like don't know what you're doing and will neglect it. But like, dogs are great conversation starters. Like,
They're like little celebrities.
yeah. Oh my god.
I like that.
Next question.
What do you guys like? You asked us, what do you see in a girl first? So what do you see in a guy, but like you're just hoping, like let's say, like in their personality, I guess you're meeting a guy for a first date. What is the biggest like advantage for you guys that comes out?
Go for it.
Mine's a kind of like a twofer. Like, one, I think having a group of friends is so important. Like, at least for me, something that's very attractive in a guy is to know that he has a group of friends that love him and want to hang out with him.
Like a circle.
Yeah. And people that can vouch for him, stuff like that. And then family. Like, do you shit talk your family or do you love your family? I think that's a really big thing because I think girls want to know that they're protected or that they are safe. And I think the way a man talks about his, whether it's their siblings or their parents, is a huge green or red flag.
Yeah. Going off of that, I remember when I saw, and this we could go into it another time, but when Jake and I found out about each other, it was on Facebook actually. And I did my due diligence and I was scrolling and I saw like a beautiful post he wrote about his mom. And that like was the first thing that blew me away. I was like, okay, this guy respects the women in his life. He's not a douchebag. Like, that was a check. So I think, yeah, like how you respect your family and how you talk about them, but I think specifically moms and sisters and the women in your life. So I was like, okay, good to know.
Yeah, I think a lot of girls look for that. It's one of the first questions, like, do you have siblings? Where are your parents? Type of question, at least for
do
me.
you talk to them?
Yeah.
Right. Nice.
But looks wise, I think girls like always look for height, smile.
I was like never a height girl. I like, I think I just like a masculine guy.
Yeah.
That's like, but everyone has a type.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never wanted to feel bigger than the guy.
Yeah, I like want to feel like
I want to feel small.
I'm so small.
What a manly man.
Manly man.
Gotcha.
Jake's like, check.
Check. Well, this was fun. I feel like we should do this every so often.
Once a
Bring
year.
us back. Fellas in.
Bring us back, bring you back. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks for
For
having
being
us.
vulnerable and just open to it. So
We love you guys.
Love
love you.
You guys are the best. Congrats.
This was fun.